there, storytellers, welcome back to my channel. Today's video, as you can see from the title, is going to be a haul. Now, I just very recently had my birthday. I spent pretty much all month waiting for it, and I did treat myself to some books this October, and I thought I'd share with you all my birthday book haul. There was no particular rhyme or reason or order to the way I'm doing things. We're just gonna get right into it. So the first two books I mentioned in my book of the month unboxing for October, and that was Practical Magic and The Rules of Magic by Alice Hoffman. These two books follow different generations of the Owens witches. Practical Magic follows sisters Jillian and Sally, and The Rules of Magic follows their aunts, basically, that they go to live with in Practical Magic. Like I said in my book of the month unboxing, I got the prequeliest of the prequel novels for this series, and I saw these two and decided to add them on. So while I had already paid for the credit to get magic lessons, I did splurge and add these on for myself as a birthday treat. The next novel I got was a fantasy by Dylan Farrow called Hush. It follows a girl named Shay who takes on a group known as the Bards, whose power is language, literally. So it implies in the description that this world is almost entirely silent, if not completely, and it is the bards who have language as a power. Shay's brother has passed due to an illness called the blot, spread by ink, and when tragedy strikes again, Shay thinks the bards might actually be behind it, and she embarks on trying to find some justice and some truth. As a reader-writer, I can't imagine a world without different languages or language at all, so this sounded like a really fascinating fantasy read. I've never seen the emphasis on language as magic placed so strongly before as it is implied to be in this story, so we will see how this turns out. The next book on my haul is Imaginary Friend by Stephen Chbosky, who wrote The Perks of Being a Wallflower. This follows the story of a boy named Christopher Reese who moves to a town in Pennsylvania with his mother, who is fleeing an abusive relationship. Christopher then goes missing for 6 days, and after those 6 days he emerges from the woods unharmed, but with a voice in his head that only he can hear. Christopher undertakes the voice's instructions, which is to build a treehouse in his backyard by Christmas or risk his mother and everyone else in the town never being the same again. This sounded like a crazy intense kind of thriller novel, and I really love The Perks of Being a Wallflower, so if the writing style is anywhere near as good in this novel as it is in that one, I think I'm going to be a big fan of this one. The next book on my birthday haul is a memoir, and it is Let Love Rule by Lenny Kravitz. I very much enjoy Lenny Kravitz's music, and his performance as Senna in the Hunger Games movies is fantastic, but I find him a very interesting person. I have watched his Architectural Digest home tour way too many times. I just love hearing him talk. It's very peaceful, very zen, and I just love his vibes, and that's the only way to describe it. So when I saw his memoir on sale in Target one day, I decided, what the heck, it's almost your birthday, splurge. You always enjoy a good memoir. Okay, serious note. I need to preface this next purchase with a little bit of a disclaimer. I wrestled with this purchase quite a bit, but in the end, I did decide to go for it. And that is the Mina Lima illustrated edition of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. I'd like to make it abundantly clear right now that I do not agree with anything that J.K. Rowling has said about the trans community. Not in the slightest. I have never had a personal affiliation with J.K. Rowling. I didn't read the books for the first time until a couple years ago. I'm going to be blatantly honest. I never had an interest in the books for the longest time. So that being said, I missed the initial connection and love and community building that a lot of people felt when the books came out. I can understand how when you read those novels as they were coming out, forming your opinions and beliefs and forming community at such a young age, you can feel really connected to the author who wrote those novels and made you feel so seen. We assumed she was somebody who was tolerant and loving, but she has proven herself to be somebody who holds some very, very misguided beliefs. I was always a Harry Potter film girl. I loved the movies. And quite frankly, the actors have stood the test of time for me a little bit better than J.K. Rowling has, because at least they are willing to come out and say that they don't agree with those beliefs and they don't think it aligns with the message that she created in this world. That being said, this purchase was made not in support of her, although I know the money goes to her. It's very unfortunate, but I just couldn't pass up the illustrations. Absolutely stunning. That was the only driving factor behind this purchase, was the absolutely stunning visuals that MinaLima does. So wrestling with it, because on the one hand, supporting J.K. Rowling, however unintentionally, on the other hand, supporting artists like MinaLima who do amazing work, even if it's for somebody who's not so amazing. Okay, moving on from the mess that is J.K. Rowling, because no one needs that for an extended amount of time. We have my next October birthday haul purchase, and that is The Secret History by Donna Tartt. I'm not gonna lie, I get this title confused with the book called The Secret, the one that's all about the law of attraction, all the time. This one is not about the law of attraction. This novel follows a group of college students who, under the guidance of their charismatic classics professor, the description on the back, not my own words, get led down the path of living differently than the humdrum existence of their peers, and they are often led to push the boundaries and, in fact, cross the boundaries of what is considered acceptable morality. Basically, it sounded like a whole lot of drama, a whole lot of boundary pushing, a whole lot of crazy, and it came highly recommended by one of my friends, so I trust her opinion. She reads a lot of books that I also read and love, so if she was raving about it, I felt like it was something I needed to give a try. The last book that I have with me, because I am waiting on one to arrive, and I will tell you what it is in a minute, but the last one I have is Fangirl, the manga, Volume 1, by Rainbow Rowell, adapted by Sam Maggs. This follows Kath in about probably the first quarter or so of the story. I know this is going to be in 4 parts according to a little page in the back with some information, so I would say it's about the first quarter of the story, and it is in fact just the novel Fangirl adapted into manga form. And Fangirl follows a girl named Kath who attends college and takes a creative writing course that pushes her outside her comfort zone, which is to write really outstandingly popular fan fiction based on a popular fantasy series in this world, which is sort of an echo of Harry Potter. I absolutely adore Fangirl. I adore it, and I already read this. You already saw it in a reading vlog that I posted a few days ago, so I don't need to talk about it too much. I raved about it then, but it was a birthday splurge, especially because I already own the novel Fangirl, so this was not a completely necessary copy of it, but one I am happy I purchased all the same. And my last birthday book splurge was The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue Special Edition box from Owl Crate. It has not arrived yet, but it did get shipped today, so it's on the way. I do fully plan on sharing that with you. I plan to unbox it here on this channel, so if you haven't already ringed the bell and subscribed, you should definitely do so, because you're not going to want to miss that. The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue follows a girl, surprisingly, named Addie LaRue, who makes a deal with a demon to stay immortal and live forever. But the crux of that deal is that anyone who meets her immediately forgets her again the second she leaves their sight. I think the story really kicks off when she expects somebody to forget her, but he doesn't. The novel is written by V.E. Schwab, whose stuff I haven't read yet, but I fully plan on getting to, because The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue is on my TBR for November, especially because it will be here by then, so I will get to it then. But that is it for my birthday book haul. If you enjoyed this video, let me know by leaving a like down below. And like I said, if you want to keep up with me and all of my bookish adventures, you should click that subscribe button, and you should definitely ring the little bell so that you don't miss a beat. For now, I am going to go. I will see you tomorrow with another Vlogoween video. Bye!